Hey y'all, it's your girl Morgan Renee tuning in for another story time with more of my In the Color Purple by Alice Walker. Today is Christmas Eve, 12/24/23, and I'm trying to get this all read by the end of the day tomorrow, Christmas Day, because I'm going to go see the remake of this on my birthday, the 26th. So it ain't even got chapters, child. It's a whole bunch of diary entries. So I'm on page 44, picking back up. Dear God, just when I was about to call out that I was coming in the yard, I hear something crash. It comes from inside the house, so I run up on the porch. The two children be making mud pies on the edge of the creek. They don't even look up. I open the door cautious, thinking about robbers and murderers, horse thieves and hams. But it Harpo and Sophia. They fighting like two men. Every piece of furniture they got is turned over. Every plate looks like it broke. The looking glass hung crooked, the curtains torn. The bed looked like a stuffing pulled out. They don't notice. They fight. He tried to slap her. What he do that for? She reached down and grabbed a piece of stove wood and whacked him across the eyes. He punched her in the stomach. She doubled over groaning, but come up with both hands locked right under his private. He rolled on the floor. He grabbed her dress tail and pulled. She stand there in her slip. She never blink an eye. He jump up to put a hammerlock under her chin. She throw him over her back. He fall. Bam. Up against the stove. She fucking him up. I don't know how long this been going on. I don't know when they expect to conclude. I ease on back out, wave to the children by the creek, walk back on up home. Saturday morning early, us hit a wagon. Harpo, Sophia, the two babies, be going off for the weekend to visit Sophia's sister. Dear God, for over a month, I have trouble sleeping. I stay up late as I can before Mr. start complaining about the price of kerosene. Then I soak myself in a warm bath with milk and Epsom salt. Then sprinkle a little witch hazel on my pillow and curtain out all the moonlight. Sometimes I get a few hours sleep. Then, just when it looks like it ought to be getting good, I wake up. At first, I get up quick and drink some milk. Then I think about counting fence posts. Then I think about reading the Bible. What is it? I ask myself. A little voice says, something you done wrong. Somebody's spirit you sin against. Maybe. Way late one night, it comes to me. Sophia. I sin against Sophia's spirit. When you told Harpo to beat her. I pray she don't find out. But she do. Harpo told. The minute she hears, she come marching up the path, toting a sack. Little cut all blue and red under her eye. She say, just want you to know, I look to you for help. Ain't I been helpful, I asked. She opened her sack. Here your curtains, she say. Here your thread. Here $1 for letting me use them. They yourn, I say, trying to push them back. I'm glad to help out, do what I can. You told Harpo to beat me, she said. No, I didn't, I said. Don't lie, she said. I didn't mean it, I said. Then what you say it for, she asked. She's standing there looking me straight in the eye. She looked tired and her jaw was full of air. I say it 'cause I'm a fool, I say. I say it 'cause I'm jealous of you. I say it 'cause you do what I can't. What's that, she say. Fight, I say. She standing a long time. Like what I said took the wind out her jaws. She mad before, sad now. She say, all my life I had to fight. I had to fight my daddy. I had to fight my brothers. I had to fight my cousins and my uncles. A girl child ain't safe in a family of men, but I never thought I'd have to fight in my own house. But I'd kill him dead before I let him beat me. Now, if you want a dead son-in-law, you just keep on advising him like you're doing. She put her hand on her hip. I used to hunt game with a bow and arrow, she say. I stopped a little trembling that started when I saw her coming. I'm so ashamed of myself, I say, and the Lord, he done whipped me a little bit too. The Lord don't like ugly, she say, and he ain't stuck on pretty. This opened the way for our talk to turn another way. I say, you feel sorry for me, don't you? She think a minute. Yes, ma'am, she say slow. I do. I think I know how come, but I asked her anyhow. She say, to tell the truth, you remind me of my mama. She under my daddy's thumb. No, she under my daddy's foot. Anything he say goes. She never say nothing back. She never stand up for herself. Try to make a little half stand sometimes for the children, but that always backfire. More she stand up for us, the harder time he give her. He hate children, and he hate where they come from. Though from all the children he got, you never know it. I never know nothing about her family. I thought, looking at her, nobody in her family could be scared. How many she got, I asked. 12, she say. Oof, I say. My daddy got 6 by my mama before she died. I say. He got 4 more by the wife he got now. I don't mention the 2 he got by me. How many girls? She asked. 5, I say. How about in your family? 6 boys, 6 girls. All the girls big and strong like me. Boys big and strong too, but all the girls stick together. 2 brothers stick with us too sometimes. Us getting to fight, it's a sight to see. I ain't never struck a living thing, I say. Oh, when I was at home, I tapped the little ones on the behind to make them behave, but not hard enough to hurt. What do you do when you get mad? She asked. I think. I can't even remember the last time I felt mad, I say. I used to get mad at my mammy because she put a lot of work on me. Then I see how sick she is. Couldn't stay mad at her. Couldn't be mad at my daddy because he's my daddy. Bible say honor the father and mother no matter what. Then after a while, every time I got mad or started to feel mad, I got sick. Felt like throwing up. Terrible feeling. Then I started to feel nothing at all. Sophia frowned. Nothing at all. Well, sometimes Mister get on me pretty hard. I have to talk to old Maker, but he my husband. I shrug my shoulders. This life soon be over, I say. Heaven lasts always. You ought to bash Mr. Head open, she say. Think about heaven later. Not much funny to me. That funny. I laugh. She laughs. Then us both laugh so hard, us flop down on the steps. Let's make quilt pieces out of these messed up curtains, she say. And I run get my pattern book. I sleep like a baby now. Said to get that spirit off of her. She wronged Sophia, but they made it right through a little simple conversation. Dear God, Suge Avery sick and nobody's in town, and nobody in this town want to take the Queen Honeybee in. Her mammy say she told her so. Her pappy say tramp. A woman at church say she dying, maybe tuberculosis or some kind of nasty woman disease. What? I want to ask, but don't. The women at church sometimes nice to me, sometimes not. They look at me, they're struggling with Mr. Children, trying to drag them to the church, trying to keep them quiet after us get there. They some of the same ones used to be here both times I was big. Sometimes they think I don't notice. They stare at me, puzzled. I keep my head up best I can. I do a right smart for the preacher. Clean the floor and windows, make the wine, wash the altar linen, make sure there's wood for the stove in wintertime. He called me Sister Seeley. Sister Seeley, he say, you faithful as the day is long. Then he talked to the other ladies and they men. I scurry about, doing this, doing that. Mr. sit back by the door, gazing here and there. The women smile in his direction every chance they get. He never look at me or even notice. Even the preacher got his mouth on Suge Avery. Now she down. He take her condition for his text. He don't call no name, but he don't have to. Everybody know who he means. He talk about a strumpet and short skirts, smoking cigarettes, drinking gin, singing for money and taking other women men's. Talk about slut, hussy, heifer, and street cleaner. I cut my eyes back at Mister when he say that. Street cleaner. Somebody gotta stand up for Suge, I think, but he don't say nothing. He crossed his legs first to the side, to one side, then to the other. He gazed out the window. The same women smile at him, say amen against Suge. But once us home, he never stopped to take off his clothes. He called down to Harpo and Sophia's house. Harpo come running. Hitch up the wagon, he say. Where is going, say Harpo. Hitch up the wagon, he say again. Harpo hitch up the wagon. They stand there and talk a few minutes out by the barn, then Mr. drive off. One good thing about the way he never do any work around the place, you never miss him when he gone. 5 days later, I look way up off the road and see the wagon coming back. It got sort of a canopy over it now, made out of old blankets or something. My heart began to beat like fury, and the first thing I try to do is change my dress, but too late for that. By the time I get my head and arm out the old dress, I see the wagon pull up in the yard, plus a new dress won't help none with the knotty head and dusty head rag, my old everyday shoes, and the way I smell. I don't know what to do. I'm so beside myself. I stand there in the middle of the kitchen, mind whirling. I feels like, who would have thought? Silly, I hear Mr. call. Harpo? I stick my head and arm back in my old dress and wipe the sweat and dirt off my face as best I can. I come to the door. Yes, sir? I ask, and trip over the broom I was sweeping with when I first noticed the wagon. Harpo and Sophia in the yard now, looking inside the wagon. They faces grim. Who this? Harpo asked. The woman that should have been your mammy, he say. Suge Avery? Harpo asked. He looked up at me. Help me get her in the house, Mr. say. I think my heart gonna fly out my mouth when I see one of her foot come poking out. She not lying down. She climbing down between Harpo and Mister, and she dressed to kill. She got on a red wool dress and a chest full of black beads, a shiny black hat with what looked like chicken hawk feathers curved down side one cheek, and she carrying a little snakeskin bag match of shoes. She looked so stylish, it like the trees all around the house drawing themselves up tall for a better look. Now I see she stumbled between the two men. She don't seem that well acquainted with her feet. Close up, I see all this yellow powder caked up on her face. Red rouge. She look like she ain't long for this world, but dressed well for the next. But I know better. Come on in, I want to cry, to shout. Come on in. With God help, it's either going to make you well, but I don't say nothing. It's not my house. Also, I ain't been told nothing. They get halfway up the steps. Mr. look up at me. Celie, he say, this here's Suge Avery, an old friend of the family. Fix up the spare room. Then he looked down at her, hold her in one arm, hold on to the rail with the other. Harper on the other side looking sad. Sophia and the children in the yard watching. I don't move at once, 'cause I can't. I need to see her eyes. I feel like once I see her eyes, my feet can let go of the spot where they stuck. Get moving, he say, sharp, and then she look up. Under all that powder, her face black as Harpo. She got a long pointed nose and big fleshy mouth. Lips look like black plum. Eyes big, glossy, feverish, and mean. Like, sick as she is, if a snake crossed her path, she'll kill it. She looked me over from head to foot, then she cackled. Sound like a death rattle. You sure is ugly, she say, like she ain't believed it. Dear God, ain't nothing wrong with Suge Avery. She's just sick. Sicker than anybody I ever seen. She's sicker than my mama was when she died, but she more evil than my mama, and that keep her alive. Mister be in the room with her all time of the day or night. He don't hold her hand, though. She too evil for that. Turn loose my goddamn hand, she say to Mister. What's the matter with you? You crazy? I don't need no weak little boy can't say no to his daddy hanging on me. I need me a man, she say. A man. She look at him and roll her eyes and laugh. It's not much of a laugh, but it keep him away from the bed. He sit over in the corner away from the lamp. Sometimes she wake up in the night and don't even see. But he there, sitting in the shadows, chewing on his pipe. No tobacco in it. First thing she said, I don't want to smell no stinking blankety-blank pipe. You hear me, Albert? Who Albert, I wonder. Then I remember, Albert Mister, his name, his first name. Mister don't smoke, don't drink, don't even hardly eat. He just got her in that little room, watching every breath. What happened to her, I asked. You don't want her here, just say so, he say. Won't do no good, but if that's the way you feel, he don't finish. I want her here, I say, too quick. He looked at me like maybe I'm planning something bad. I just want to know what happened, I say. I look at his face. It's tired and sad, and I know that his chin weak. Not much chin there at all. I have more chin, I think. And his clothes dirty. When he pulled them off, dust rise. Nobody fight for Suge, he say, and a little water comes to his eyes. Dear God, they have made 3 babies together, but he's squeamish about giving her a bath. Maybe he figured he'd start thinking about things he shouldn't. But what about me? First time I got the full sight of Suge Avery's long black body with his black plum nipples looked like her mouth, I thought I had turned into a man. What you staring at? She asked, hateful. She weak as a kitten, but her mouth is packed with claws. You never seen a naked woman before? No, ma'am, I said. I never did, except for Sophia. She's so plump and ruddy and crazy, she feel like my sister. She say, well, take a good look, even if I just a bag of bones now. She had the nerve to put one hand of her naked hip and bat her eye at me. Then she suck her teeth and roll her eyes at the ceiling while I wash her. I wash her body. It feel like I'm praying. My hands tremble and my breath short. She say, you ever have any kids? I say, yes, ma'am. She say, how many? And don't you yes, ma'am me. I ain't old. I ain't that old. I say, 2. She asked me, where they is? I say, I don't know. She look at me funny. My kids with their grandma, she say. She could stand the kids. I had to go. You miss them, I asked? No, she say. I don't miss nothing. Dear God, I asked her every what she want for breakfast. She say, what y'all got? I say, ham, grits, eggs, biscuits, coffee, sweet milk or buttermilk, flapjacks, jelly, and jam. She say, is that all? What about orange juice, grapefruit, strawberries, and cream? Tea. Then she laughed. I don't want none of your damn food, she say. Just give me a cup of coffee and hand me my cigarette. I don't argue. I get the coffee and light her cigarette. She wearing a long white gown, and her thin black hand stretching out of it to hold the white cigarette looks just right. Something about it, maybe the little tender veins I see and the big ones I try not to, make me scared. I feel like something pushing me forward. If I don't watch out, I'll have hold of her hand, tasting her fingers in my mouth. Can I sit in here and eat with you? I asked. She shrugged. She busy looking at a magazine. White women in it laughing, holding their beads out on one finger, dancing on top of motor cars, jumping in the fountains. She flipped the pages, looked dissatisfied. Remind me of a child trying to get something out of a toy. Remind me of a child trying to get something out a toy it can't work yet. She drank her coffee, puffed on her cigarette. I bite into a big juicy piece of home-cured ham. You can smell this ham for a mile when you're cooking it. It perfumed up her little room with no trouble at all. I lavish butter on a hot biscuit, sort of wave it about. I sop up ham gravy and slosh my eggs in with my grits. She blow more and more smoke. I look down at her coffee like maybe it's something solid at the bottom. Finally, she says, Celie, I believe I could drink a glass of water. And this here by the bed ain't fresh. She hold out her glass. I put my plate down on the card table by the bed. I go dip her up some water. I come back, pick up my plate. Look like a little mouse been nibbling the biscuit. A rat run off with the ham. She act like nothing happened. Begin to complain about being tired. Doze on off to sleep. Mister asked me how I get her to eat. I say, nobody living can stand to smell home-cured ham without tasting it. If they did, they got a chance. Maybe. Mister laughed. I noticed something crazy in his eyes. I've been scared, he said. Scared, and he covered up his eyes with his hands. Dear God, should Avery sit up in bed a little today? I wash and comb out her hair. She got the knottiest, shortest, kinkiest hair I ever saw, and I loved every strand of it. The hair that come out in my comb, I kept. Maybe one day I'll get a net, make me a rat to pump up my own hair. I work on her like she a doll, or like she Olivia, or like she mama. I comb and pat, comb and pat. First she say, hurry up and get finished. Then she melt down a little and lean back against my knees. That feel just right, she say. That feel like mama used to. Or maybe not mama, maybe grandma. She reached for another cigarette, start to hum a little tune. What song is that, I asked. Sound like Down Dirty to me. Like what the preacher tell you it's sin to hear, not to mention sing. She hum a little more. Something come to me, she say. Something I made up. Something you helped scratch out my head. Dear God, Mr. Daddy show up this evening. He a little short, shrunk-up man with a bald head and gold spectacles. He clear his throat a lot, like everything he say need announcement. Talk with his head linked to the side. He come right to the point. Just couldn't rest till you got it in your house, could you? He say, coming up the steps. Mister don't say nothing. Look out across the railing at the trees over the top of the well. Eyes rest on the top of Harpo and Sophia house. Won't you have a seat? Won't you have a seat? I asked, pushing him up a chair. How about a cool drink of water? Through the window I hear Suge humming and humming, practicing her little song. I sneak back to her room and shut the window. Oh, mister, say to mister, just what is about this Suge Avery anyway, he say. She black as tar, she nappy-headed, she got legs like baseball bats. Mister don't say nothing. I drop a little spit in old Mister water. Why, say old mister, she ain't even clean. I hear she got the nasty woman disease. I twirl the spit round with my finger. I think about ground glass, wonder how you grind it, but I don't feel mad at all. Just interest. Mister turn his head slow, watch his daddy drink, then say real sad, you ain't got it in you to understand, he say. I love Suge Avery. Always have, always will. I should have married her when I had the chance. Yeah, say old mister, and throwed your life away. Mr. Grunt right there. And a right smart of my money with it. Old mister cleared his throat. Nobody even sure exactly who her daddy is. I never care who her daddy is, mister. And her mammy take in white people dirty clothes to this day. Plus all her children got different daddies. It all just too trifling and confused. Well, say mister, and turn full face on his daddy. All Suge Avery children got the same daddy. I vouch for that. Old mister cleared his throat. Well, this is my house. This is my land. Your boy Harpo is in one of my houses on my land. Weeds come up on my land, I chop 'em. Trash blow over it, I burn it. He rises to go. Hand me his glass. Next time he come, I put a little Suge Avery pee in his glass. See how he like that. Seeley, he say, you have my sympathy. Not many women let their husband whore lay up in their house. But he not saying it to me. He saying it to Mister. Mister look up at me. Our eyes meet. This the closest us ever felt. He say, hand pa his hat, Seeley. And I do. Mister, don't move from his chair by the railing. I stand in the door. Us watch old Mister begin harumping down the road home. Next one come visit his brother Tobias. He real fat and tall, look like a big yellow bear. Mister smile like his daddy. His brother stand way taller. Where's she at? He asked, grinning. Where's the queen honeybee? Got something for her, he say. He put a little box of chocolate on the railing. She's sleeping, I say. Didn't sleep much last night. How you doing there, Albert? He say, dragging up a chair. He run his hand over his slick back hair and try to feel if there's a booger in his nose. Wipe his hand on the pan. Shake out the crease. I just heard Suge Avery was here, he say. How long you had her? Oh, say Mister, couple of months. Hell, say Tobias. I heard she was dying. That goes to show, don't it? But you can't believe everything you hear. He smoothed down his mustache, run his tongue out the corner of his lip. What you know good, Seeley? He say. Not much, I say. Me and Sophie are piecing another quilt together. I got about 5 squares pieced, spread out on the table by my knee, my basket full of scraps on the floor. Always busy, he say. I wish Margaret was more like you. She saved me a bundle of money. Tobias and his daddy always talk about money, like they still got a lot. Old Mister been selling off the place, so there's nothing much left but the houses and the fields. My and Harpo's fields bring in more than anybody. I piece on my square. Look at the colors of the cloth. Then I hear Tobias' chair fall back, and he say, Suge. Suge halfway between sick and well, halfway between good and evil, too. Most days now, she show me and Mister her good side, but evil all over her today. She smile like a razor opening. Say, well, look who's here today. She wearing a little flowery shift I made for her and nothing else. She look about 10 with her hair all cornrowed. She skinny as a bean and her face full of eyes. Me and Mister both look up at her. Both move to help her sit down. She don't look at him. She pull up a chair next to me. She pick up a random piece of cloth out the basket, hold it up to the light, frown. How you sew this damn thing? She say. I hand her the square I'm working on, start another one. She sew long crooked stitches. Remind me of that little crooked tune she sing. That real good for first try, I say. That's just fine and dandy. She looked at me and snort. Everything I do is fine and dandy to you, Miss Seeley, she say. But that's 'cause you ain't got good sense, she laughed. I ducked my head. She got a heap more than Margaret, say Tobias. Margaret, take that needle and sew your nostrils together. All women's not alike, Tobias, she say, believe it or not. Oh, I believe it, he say. Just can't prove it to the world. First time I think about the world. What the world got to do with anything, I think. Then I see myself sitting there quilting between Suge Avery and Mister. Us three sat together against Tobias and his fly-stick box of chocolate. For the first time in my life, I feel just right. Poor girl. Dear God, me and Sophia work on the quilt. Got it framed up on the porch. Suge Avery donate her old yellow dress for scrap, and I work in a piece every chance I get. It's a nice pattern called Sister's Choice. If the quilt turn out perfect, maybe I give it to her. If it's not perfect, maybe I keep. I want it for myself, just for the little yellow pieces. Look like stars, but not. Mister and Suge walk up the road to the mailbox. The house quiet, except for the flies. They swing through every now and then, drunk from eating, enjoying the heat, buzz enough to make me drowsy. Sophia look like something on her mind. She's just not sure what. She bend over the frame, sew a little while, then rear back in her chair and look out across the yard. Finally, she rests her needle, say, why do people eat, Miss Seeley? Tell me that. To stay alive, I say. What else? Of course, some folks eat 'cause food tastes good to them. Then some is gluttonous. They love to feel their mouth work. Them the only reasons you could think of, she asked. Well, sometimes it might be a case of being undernourished, I say. She mused. He not undernourished, she say. Who ain't? I asked. Harpo, she say. Harpo? He eating more and more every day. Maybe he got a tapeworm. She frowned. No, she say, I don't think it's a tapeworm. Tapeworm make you hungry. Harpo eat when he ain't even hungry. What, force it down? It's hard to believe, but sometimes you hear new things every day. Not me, you understand, but some folk do say that. Last night for supper, he ate a whole pan of biscuits by himself. No, I say. He sure did, and had 2 big glasses of buttermilk along with it. This was after supper was over, too. I was giving the children their baths, getting them ready for bed. He's supposed to be washing the dishes. Instead of washing plates, he cleaning them with his mouth. Well, maybe he was extra hungry. Y'all has been working hard. Not that hard, she say. And this morning for breakfast, darn if he didn't have 6 eggs. After all that food, he looked too sick to walk. When us got to the field, I thought he was going to faint. And Sophia say, darn, something wrong. Maybe he don't want to wash dishes, I say. His daddy never washed a dish in his life. You reckon? She say. He seems so much to love it. To tell the truth, he loved the part of house cooking and heat more than me. I'd rather be out in the fields and fooling with the animals, even chopping wood, but he loved cooking and cleaning and doing little things around the house. He sure is a good cook, I say. Big surprising me that he knew anything about it. He never cooked so much as an egg when he lived at home. I bet he wanted to, she said. It seemed so natural to him. But mister, you know how he is. Oh, he all right, I say. You feeling yourself, Miss Seeley? Sophia asked. I mean, he all right in some things, not in others. Oh, she say. Anyway, next time he come here, notice if he eat anything. I notice what he eat all right. First thing coming up the steps, I give him a close look. He's still skinny, about half Sophia's size, but I see a little pop beginning under his overalls. What you gotta eat, Miss Seeley? He say, going straight to the warmer and a piece of fried chicken. Then on to the safe for a slice of blackberry pie. He stand by the table and munch. You got any sweet milk? He asked. Got clabber, I say. He said, well, I love clabber, and dip him out some. Sophia must not be feeding you, I say. Why you say that? He asked with his mouth full. Well, it's not that long after dinner, and here you is hungry again. He don't say nothing. Eat. Of course, I say. Supper time not too far off either, about 3-4 hours. He rummaged through the drawer for a spoon to eat the clabber with. He see a slice of cornbread on the shelf back of the stove, and he grab it and crumble it into the glass. Let's go back out on the porch, and he put his foot up on the railing, eat his clabber and cornbread with the glass near about to his nose. Remind me of a hog at the trough. Food tasting like food to you these days, huh? I say, listening to him chew. He don't say nothing. Eat. I look out across the yard. I see Sophia dragging a ladder and then leaning it up against the house. She wearing an old pair of Harpo pants, got her head tied up in a do-rag. She clamb up under the ladder to the roof, begin to hammer and nail. Sound echo across the yard like shots. Harpo eat. Watch her. Then he belch. Say, excuse me, Miss Seeley. Take the glass and swoon back in the kitchen, come out and say bye. No matter what happening now, no matter who comes, no matter what they say or do, Harpo eat through it. Food on his mind morning, noon, and night. His belly grow and grow, but the rest of him don't. He begin to look like he big. When is it due? Us ask. Harpo don't say nothing. Reach for another piece of pie. Dang, Harpo. Dear God, Harpo staying with us this weekend. Friday night after missing Suge and me then going to bed, I heard there's somebody crying. Harpo sitting out on the steps crying like his heart gonna break. Oh, boo-hoo and boo-hoo. He got his head in his hands, tears and snot running down his chin. I give him a hankster. He blows his nose, look up at me out of 2 eyes close like fists. What happened to your eyes? I asked. He clammed around in his mind for a story to tell, then fall back on the truth. Sophia, he say. You still bothering Sophia, I asked. She my wife, he say. That don't mean you gotta keep bothering her, I say. Sophia love you. She a good wife, good to the children and good looking. Hard-working, God-fearing and clean. I don't know what more you want. Harpo sniffles. I want her to do what I say, like you do for Pa. Oh, Lord, I say. When Pa say you to do something, you do it, he say. When he say not to, you don't. You don't do what he say, he beat you. Sometimes beat me anyhow, I say, whether I do what he say or not. That's right, say Harpo, but not Sophia. She do what she wants. She don't pay me no mind at all. I try to beat her, she black my eyes. Oh, boo-hoo, he cried, boo-hoo-hoo. I start to take back my hamster, maybe push him and his black eye off the step. I think about Sophia. She tickled me. I used to hunt game with a bow and arrow, she say. Some women can't be beat, I say. Sophia one of them. Besides, Sophia love you. She probably be happy to do most of what you say if you ask her right. You not mean. She not mean. She not spiteful. She don't hold a grudge. He sit there hanging his head, looking retard. Harpo, I say, giving him a shake. Sophia loves you. You love Sophia. He look up at me, best he can out his fat little eyes. Yes, ma'am, he say. Mister married me to take care of his children. I married him 'cause my daddy made me. I don't love Mister, and he don't love me. But you his wife, he say, just like Sophia mine. The wife's supposed to mine. Do Suge Avery mind Mister? I asked. She the woman he wanted to marry. She called him Albert, tell him his drawers sink in a minute. Little as he is, when she get her weight back, she can sit on him if he try to bother her. Why I mentioned weight? Harpo started to cry again. Then he started to be sick. He leaned over the edge of the step and vomit. Looked like every piece of pie for the last year come up. When he empty, I put him in the bed next to Suge's little room. He fall right off to sleep. Harpo going through it. Dear God, I go visit Sophia. She still working on the roof. The darn thing leaked, she say. She out to the wood pile making shingles. She put a big square piece of wood on the chopping block and chop. She made big fat shingles. She put the axe down and asked me, do I want some lemonade? I look at her good. Except for a bruise on her wrist, she don't look like she got a scratch on her. How's it going with you and Harpo? I asked. Well, she said he stopped eating so much, but maybe this just a spell. He trying to get big as you, I say. She stuck in her breath. I kind of thought so, she say, and let out her breath real slow. All the children come running up. Mama, us want lemonade. She pour out 5 glasses for them, 2 for us. Us sit in a wooden swing she made last summer and hung on the shady end of the porch. I'm getting tired of Harpo, she say. All he think about since us married is how to make me mine. He don't want a wife, he want a dog. He your husband, I say. Got to stay with him, else what you gonna do? My sister's husband caught in the draft, she said. They don't have no children. Odessa loves children. He left her on the little farm. Maybe I go stay with them for a while, me and my children. I think about my sister Nettie. Thought so sharp it go through me like a pain. Somebody to run to. It seemed too sweet to bear. Sophia go on, frowning at her glass. I don't like to go to bed with him no more, she say. Used to be when he touched me, I go all out my head. Now when he touch me, I just don't want to be bothered. Once he get on top of me, I think about how that's where he always wanted to be. She sipped her lemonade. I used to love that part of it, she say. I used to chase him home from the field, get all hot just watching him put the children to bed, but no more. Now I feel tired all the time. No interest. Now, I say, sleep on it, son. Maybe you'll come back. But I say this just to be saying something. I don't know nothing about it. Mr. Clam on top of me do his business in 10 minutes us both sleep. Only time I feel something stirring down there is when I think about shoes. And like that running to the end of the road and it turned back on itself. You know the worst part, she say? The worst part is, I don't think he noticed. He get up there and enjoy himself just the same. No matter what I'm thinking. No matter what I feel. It's just him. Heart feeling don't even seem to enter into it, she snort. The fact he can do it like that make me want to kill him. Look up at the path to the house. See Suge and Mister sitting on the steps. She reach over and pick something out her hair. I don't know, say Sophia. Maybe I won't go. Deep down, I still love Harpo, but he just makes me real tired. She yawned, laughed. I need a vacation, she say. Then she go back to the wood pile, start making some more shingles for the roof. Dear God, Sophia right by her sisters. They all big, strong, healthy girls, look like Amazons. They come early one morning in 2 wagons to pick Sophia up. She don't have much to take. Her, the children clothes, a mattress she made last winter, a looking glass, and a rocking chair, the children. Harpo sit on the steps like he don't care. He making a net for seining fish. He look out toward the creek every once in a while and whistle a little tune, but it's nothing compared to the way he usually whistles. His little whistle sound like he's lost his way down in the jar in the bottom of the creek. At the last minute, I decided to give Sophia the quilt. I don't know what her sister place be like, but we've been having right smart cold weather long in now. For all I know, she and the children have to sleep on the floor. You gonna let her go? I asked Harpo. He looked like only a fool could ask that question. He puffed back. She made up her mind to go, he say. How I'm gonna stop her? Let her go on, he say, cutting his eyes at her sister's wagons. Us sit up on the steps together. All us hear from inside is the thump, thump, thump of plump and stout feet. All Sophia's sisters moving around together at one time make the house shake. Where's going? Asked the oldest girl. Going to visit Aunt Odessa, say Sophia. Daddy coming? She asked. No, say Sophia. How come Daddy ain't coming? Another one asked. Daddy need to stay here and take care of the house. Look after Dilsey, Coco, and Boo. The child comes stand in front of his daddy and just look at him real good. You not coming? He say. Harpo say, no. Child go whisper to the baby crawling around on the floor. Daddy not coming with us. What you think of that? Baby sit real still, strain real hard. Part. Us all laugh, but it's sad too. Harpo pick it up, finger the daddy, and get her ready for a change. I don't think she wet, say Sophia. Just gas. But he changed her anyway. Him and the baby over in the corner of the little porch out of the way of traffic. He used the old dry daddy to wipe his eyes. At the last, he hands Sophia the baby and she sling it upside her hip, sling a sack of dainties and food over her shoulder, corral all the little ones together, tell them, say goodbye to daddy. Then she hugged me best she can with the baby and all, and she clammed up on the wagon. Every sister just about got a child between her knees, except the two driving the mules, and they all quiet as they leave Sophia in Harpo yard and drive on up past the house. Dear God, Sophia gone 6 months. Harpo act like a different man. Used to be a homebody. Now all the time in the road. I asked him what's going on. He say, Miss Seeley, I done learned a few things. One thing he learned is that he cute. Another, that he's smart. Plus, he can make money. He don't say who the teacher is. I hadn't heard so much hammering since before Sophia left, but every evening after he leave the field, he knocking down and nailing up. Sometimes his friend Swain come by to help. The two of them work all into the night. Mister have to call down to tell him to shut up the racket. What you building, I asked. Juke joint, he say. Way back here? No further back than any of the others. I don't know nothing about no others. Only one but the Lucky Star. Juke joint supposed to be back in the woods, say Harpo. Nobody be bothered by the loud music, the dancing, the fight. Swain say, the killing. Harpo say, and the police don't know where to look. What's Sophia gonna say about what you doing in her house? I asked. Suppose she and the children come back. Where they gonna sleep? They ain't coming back, say Harpo, kneeling together playing for a counter. How you know? I asked. He don't answer. He keep working, doing everything with Swain. Dear God, the first week, nobody comes. Second week, 3 or 4. Third week, 1. Harpo sit behind his counter listening to Swain pick his box. He got cold drinks, he got barbecue, he got chitlins, got store-bought bread. He got a sign saying Harpo's tacked up on the side of the house and another one out on the road, but he ain't got no customers. I go down the path to the yard, stand outside, look in. Harpo look out and wave. Come on in, Miss Seeley, he say. I say, no, thank you. Mister sometime walk down, have a cold drink, listen to Swain. Miss Suge walk down too every once in a while. She still wearing her little shift, and I still cornrow her hair, but it's getting long now. She say soon she want it pressed. Harpo puzzled about Suge. One reason is she say whatever come to mind, forget about polite. Sometimes I see him staring at her real hard when he don't think I'm looking. One day he say, nobody coming way out here just to hear Swain. Wonder could I get the Queen Honeybee? I don't know, I said. She a lot better now, always humming or singing something. She probably be glad to get back to work. Why don't you ask her? Should say his place not much compared to what she used to, but she think maybe she might grace it with a song. Harpo and Swain got Mister to give him some of Suge's old announcement from the truck. Crossed out the Lucky Star on Coleman Road, put it in Harpo's plantation, stuck them on trees between the turn off to our road in town. The first Saturday night, so many folks come they couldn't get in. Suge, baby. Us thought you was dead. 5 out of a dozen say hello to Suge like that. And come to find out, Suge said with a big grin. At last I get to see Suge every work. I get to watch her. I get to hear her. Mister didn't want me to come. Wives don't go to places like that, he say. Yeah, but Seeley going, say Suge, while I press her hair. Suppose I get sick while I'm singing, she say. Suppose my dress come undone. She wearing a skin-tight red dress, looks like the straps made of 2 pieces of thread. Mister mutter something on his clothes. Mister mutter putting on his clothes. My wife can't do this. My wife can't do that. No wife of mine. He go on and on. Suge Avery finally say, good thing I ain't your damn wife. He hushed then. All 3 of us go down to Harpo's. Mister and me get on the same table. Mister drink whiskey. I have a cold drink. First Suge sing a song by somebody named Bessie Smith. She say Bessie somebody she know. Old friend. It called A Good Man Is Hard to Find. She look over at Mister a little when she sing that. I look over at him too. For such a little man, he all puff up. Look like all he can do to stay in his chair. I look at Suge and I feel my heart begin to cramp. It hurt me so. I cover it with my hand. I think I might as well be under the table for all they care. I hate the way I look. I hate the way I'm dressed. Nothing but church-going clothes and my shiffer robe. And Mister looking at Suge's bright black skin and her tight red dress, her feet in little sassy red shoes, her hair shining in waves. Before I know it, tears meet under my chin, and I'm confused. He loved looking at Suge. I love looking at Suge. But Suge don't love looking at none but one of us, him. But that's the way it's supposed to be. I know that. But if that's so, why my heart hurt me so? My head droops so it near about in my glass. Then I hear my name. Suge saying Celie. Miss Celie. And I look up where she at. She say my name again. She say this song I'm about to sing is called Miss Celie's Song. So she scratched it out my head when I was sick. First she hummed it a little like she do at home. Then she sing the words. It all about some no-count man doing her wrong again. But I don't listen to that part. I look at her and I hum along with a little with the tune. First time somebody made something and named it after me. Alright, we're going to end there. I'll tune back in a little bit later. Alright, peace. The Color Purple by Alice.